Hello and welcome to an episode of Historically Marked. I am Jason in Nevada, Iowa. Yes, town's name is Nevada, and it just happens to be the town where two major early highways intersected. This was right before like the U.S. highway system was completed, and that was 1926, almost 100 years ago. Like when before all the highways were numbered, and a lot weren't even paved at the time. But two highways that predate Route 66, again, intersected here. The Jefferson Highway and the Lincoln Highway. Both of them were named after presidents, of course, Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln. And there's a park. It looks brand new. There's two historical markers here. And I'll show you a lot about these two major, pre-US highways. So here we go. So I'm not quite sure how old this park is, but it's called the Lincoln Jefferson Highways Heritage Park. That is City Hall, that building I'm pointing to, the brick building. And I'm not really going to go in, but, well, go in the park, that is. I'm sure they've held a lot of major events there, like bands, and I don't know, maybe they had movie night. Casey's General Stores. Oh, there's three of them. Huh. All the sponsors of this park. I'll show you that Lincoln Highway marker in a second. But yes, Lincoln Highway, that has a special logo. And truth be told, I do want to do both of these highways in the future. I've done the Historic National Road. I've done Route 66. Okay. I will talk about the history. Well, the history is already on there. But I'll start with Lincoln Highway. Okay, so like I said, the Lincoln Highway was named after Abraham Lincoln. Built in 1913 from East Coast to West Coast. It went from New York City to San Francisco. It passed through 13 states and was the first transcontinental highway. The construction of the road leads through many main streets, giving it the nickname Main Street of America, including Nevada. Oh, that sounds a little familiar, like Route 66. Just saying. The Boy Scouts of America placed 3,000 markers, one for each mile, along the Lincoln Highway route to ensure the legacy. Each of these markers featured a bronze medallion of the late president. I'll show you that one over there. Nevada, Iowa is the only town on Lincoln Highway to hold a commemorative festival every year honoring the highway. Wow, I did not know that. And Nevada has always been a town on the move. In the days of wagon trains, it was a stopover on the trail that took settlers west. When the railroad journeyed west, it came through Nevada. The 1908 New York to Paris race also came through Nevada. Nevada and 8 miles east are the only intersecting points of the Lincoln and Jefferson Highways, making it the center point of two continental highways. And here's a map. Now, I've done one episode on the Lincoln Highway, and that was when I was in Joliet. That was when Route 66 intersected with the Lincoln Highway in downtown Joliet. So I kind of did one there. But it starts in New York City at Times Square. It doesn't say it there, but New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, of course Iowa where I'm at, Nebraska, Wyoming, Utah, Nevada, the state of Nevada, and California. And amazing and interestingly, like most roads, like Route 66 and the National Road, the road has changed course over the years, so this is not technically the map to rely on. I mean, there are some spurs here and there, and yeah, I mean, like I said, I definitely want to do the Lincoln Highway sometime in the next few years. Obviously, I'm going to have to do a lot of homework. Now, one of my favorite YouTubers did it last summer with his dad. You probably know which one I'm talking about, but they did it all at one time in 3-week span. Okay, now we're going to talk about the Jefferson Highway. Now, this one, even though it's very historical and continental, this one is north and south. That's the big difference. It was the first major north and south highway, or so it's believed. It was formed in 1915 from Winnipeg, Canada to New Orleans. It was named in honor of Thomas Jefferson for his role in the 1803 Louisiana Purchase. Lincoln Highway, yes, it is raining right now. It is the first East Coast to West Coast highway. It was formed in 1913. From this spot east to Colorado, Iowa is the only shared section from these two roads. And this is, yeah, this was very common. And I mean, it would have been scary, like getting stuck in the mud, but that was a common occurrence on these roads at the time. Turning off a Lincoln Highway onto the Jefferson Highway, heading for the towns of Shipley and Elkhart, tourists would see the hustle and bustle of Main Street, Nevada. Being at the crossroads of both north, south, east, and west made Nevada a progressive town. It was a hub for farmers, town folks, and tourists, as well as a lifeline for America's industry. Okay, so like I said, it starts in Winnipeg, and then of course, if you're going to travel, you're going to need your passports, go through customs and all that. And if you ask me, I mean, it looks really weird because it zigzags so much, you know, not just through Minnesota, but yeah, all over. And it changes course many times. But then you end up at Bourbon Street. Huh. I think if I do the Jefferson Highway, I think I'm just going to start at the U.S. border in Minnesota. So yeah, I know I picked a weird day to do this video. It's raining, but since I'm here anyway, I'll definitely, if I do both highways, I'll eventually come back here. Not once, but twice. That just kind of occurred to me. But here is one of those replicas of those Lincoln Highway markers. There is no bronze medallion, but yeah, it looks nice anyway. Now there is a mural uptown, like at the fire station. But let me go across the street here. And a lot of these streets are on the National Register of Historic Places. Field of Dreams is playing at that movie theater over there. Well, I guess it's time for me to wrap it up. I'm pretty much at the Lincoln Highway 6th Street intersection. But yeah, I hope to come back here soon. I hope to do both major highways. This is pretty much just a preview of what I'm in for. And yeah, I was just passing through, so hey, why not stop here and do a video? All right, I am Jason in Nevada, Iowa, signing off.